Tic-Tac-Toe has been around for a long time, and no doubt you've played this very game as a child. But did you know that you can make Tic-Tac-Toe in Minecraft using command blocks? That's right, command blocks. Those fun little blocks that make the impossible possible. So how about we get started? For this tutorial, you'll need 14 command blocks. These are used for each set of 7 buttons. From purple to yellow, we can count 7 buttons. So we'll have 7 command blocks on this side, and 7 command blocks on the opposite side of the board. And if you would like a fancy way to reset the game, you also need an additional 2 command blocks. This tutorial is of course made for beginners. If you've never used command blocks before, don't worry. We'll make this process painless and simple. And if you have used command blocks, feel free to add some bells and whistles. Make the game unique. For starters though, you want to build yourself a nice tic-tac-toe arena. Look at this beautiful play area all around me. Let's face it, you don't want to play on a flat grassland, do you? No. Make you something nice. Alright, you'll never regret it. And mangrove trapdoors actually allow you to see the pieces. For instance, let's say we press our little green button here. Ta-da! Green concrete comes down. There we go. Light blue. And cyan. Without those mangrove trapdoors right there. Ignore that. Without those mangrove trapdoors right there, well, you would just be staring at an empty space of concrete, and that's no fun. So, yeah, use mangrove. And if you happen to break part of the board, don't worry about it. It's fixable. When you build your tic-tac-toe board, make sure you have one space between the trapdoors, such as what's shown here. The empty space running across the top of the board is very important. This is how we can tell where to place our blocks inside the game. The game pieces actually fall from the top. So we'd like to spawn our game pieces the same way, at the top of our board. To do that, I've actually color-coded the buttons so we know exactly where we're dropping them. Let's start with the yellow. Take note of the coordinates of where you want to actually drop your block. For me, we're going to be using an execute command. If the block at my particular coordinate for the yellow block, -1, -50, 18, is an air block, well, that's when we use our set block for the white concrete powder. Make sure it's replaced so it doesn't break anything. The block itself, as well as every command block in this tutorial, is going to be an impulse, unconditional, and needs redstone. Pressing the yellow button actually allows us to summon our block right in the appropriate spot. Every time we can see that the white concrete enters the top of the board and drops to the bottom. Tic-tac-toe! The process is much the same for every concrete color block. For example, lime green is the exact same command with one coordinate off. The next button and so on after each increase the coordinate by 1. Make sure you hit each button. Doing so can really test and see that the game pieces fall the same way. Once you have an execute command for each button and they work properly, well, you're halfway done. Copy the command that's in the command block underneath each button and put it on the opposite side of the board. For example, the yellow button command is execute if block -1, -50, 18 air, or on set block -1, -50, 18 lime concrete powder replace. Is the exact same command as our first button, shown right here. The only difference is instead of white, we're using lime concrete powder. Feel free to use any color that you like. Once you're done, your arena should look something similar to this. Now it's time for probably the most important button in the game, the reset game button. After all, if you can't reset the game, how can you play it over and over again with your friends? It's just a fill command. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to be choosing 2 sets of coordinates. 5, -50, 18, -1, -56, 18. We're going to actually fill all of those blocks with air with the replace status. These coordinates will likely be different for you. But for me, I start on the top left side of our board, take note of that coordinate, figure out what the bottom rightmost side of the board is, take note of that coordinate, and then we have our fill command. Now there are many other cool things that you can do with Tic-Tac-Toe, such as sound effects, game rewards, even adding AI. But for now, You have all you need to create you a basic tic-tac-toe game. So what are you waiting for? Get out there and make that fun tic-tac-toe game happen.